I am going to move up and over, and I am going to go over and to our next guest and have a conversation with Miss Angie Gallimore. Oh, Angie, I've been sitting a little bit over there. I got to get up and move around. I got to experience some of these healthy activities that Tony was talking about and get out and move. Oh, got stiff. It doesn't take long.
I know it doesn't. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great, except being a little stiff from sitting. Now, you were on last week.
Yes.
How was that?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
You enjoyed it?
Mm-hmm, thank you.
Well, I enjoyed you being on, and I like to have the segments, having a segment with you where we can start helping some people maybe in a different way. You know, I like to help people find out about things around Paris and Henry County,
right.
Find out about activities that they can do. But also, I'd like to be able to start helping people realize that they're not alone sometimes maybe in some of the things that they're experiencing in their life.
Exactly.
And one of the best ways to experience life is with family, and we got Thanksgiving coming up in a few weeks.
Right.
Yeah, and I think some people don't get to experience the true love and blessing and gratefulness of a Thanksgiving because they've got resentment. Resentment has built up,
right.
Or there's something that's happened along the way and they've lost something. And we were talking about how to come up with ideas of what we wanted to touch on. You threw some things out, I threw some things out,
mm-hmm.
and we started off right here with resentment and what that does. Talk to me a little bit about resentment and how that feels and where that might come from for somebody.
Well, a lot of times we have expectations of others, unmet expectations. And most of the time, people don't even know that we have those expectations of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they do not do what we're thinking they should do, or they do something totally opposite because they just don't know. We didn't communicate what we wanted,
right.
What we expected. And so we're let down. And we start making all these things up in our head
mm-hmm. about
why we think they did or didn't do whatever. And a lot of times, if we would just talk to people about issues.
Now, this has to be something big. This has to be big things that happens to people. It has to be traumatic, right? I mean, that's where resentment comes from. It's something big has to happen, right?
It could be something little, you know? And
like what? Like not picking up my shoes? Well,
yeah,
oh,
maybe.
No.
You pick up your shoes all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah,
so that
I do.
Probably isn't something like that.
No, not little things like that. But
No.
but it can build up on people, and it can be some little things. It can be a disruption in your life. It could be a disruption in your bank account. There can be lots of things that cause people to retreat and,
right.
and withdraw.
And a lot of times, we feel left out of something sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe everybody else got told about something and we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And we think it was because people have something against us or, they don't like us or something. When a lot of times we've got to step back and realize people are busy,
mm-hmm.
people are stressed, people are hurting. People are dealing with all kinds of things. And if we'll step back and take the opportunity to figure out what's really going on with somebody,
mm-hmm.
and maybe not be so hard on other people whenever they make decisions.
Isn't it the people we're closest to that happens with a lot?
Yes, that hurt us, yes.
Because there's people that, there was parties that I didn't get invited to younger, and I'm I hadn't forgot, but I'm good. But no, those things aren't really hanging on me. There are some things from my youth that I can look back on and have something there that probably pulls me down. But really, it's the people that are closest to us that we tend to, as you said, the expectations. I didn't manage my expectation properly of what that outcome was going to be. I had it in my mind that I would come into a situation and that there would be birthday cake and candles and there'd be a surprise party or something, and it didn't happen. So it doesn't have to be necessarily what we would think of like a hard trauma event, but it could be our own expectations weren't managed properly.
Right. And so with this time of year, what happens is, like you said, a holiday's coming up. A couple of holidays.
Yeah.
And instead of people being grateful for the blessing of having family to be with, they're dreading it because of whatever situation is going on in their mind. And then sometimes there's legitimate things that do need to be dealt with. And so whichever it is, if we need to clarify with somebody a hurt feeling or whatever it is that's going on, or if we need to forgive somebody of something that actually did happen, and they may not ask for forgiveness. It may not be that. People don't always ask for forgiveness, but if we don't just forgive people and release them, then I've heard it said that they're living rent-free. They've got a rent-free space in your mind, and they don't even know they're there.
I got a timeshare just like that.
Yeah, exactly. The person, we're all wrapped up in something in our head that we think is wrong, and that person has no idea.
Zero.
They don't even know that you're thinking about them or nothing, and we're just all tore up. But we don't know that we have tomorrow. We don't know that we have the next holiday. And this is a good opportunity to make peace with other people, at least in our heart and mind, even if we can't personally with another person, and then be able to enjoy each other. Absolutely.
And that's where we want to try and apply the help. And I was talking with Angie about this concept of helping people have a better Thanksgiving. How can we do that? We could volunteer, we could deliver turkeys, we could do a lot of that. But I was thinking about the people that don't want to even be in the same room with their own family. And what is going on with the resentment? What is it that has happened? What is it that caused them to derail? What is it that is keeping them from experiencing that richness of the holiday season that we all have in our mind, our expectation of this joyous event? And so what we wanted to do was come out, talk about resentment, talk about this as something that can destroy a relationship, can destroy a family. And what we want to do is say, that's a thing, you're not alone, and Angie and I want to kind of help you pull this out in the best way that we know how, through the medium that we have available, which is this show. And so what we're going to do is we want to have a check-in next week. And what we're all going to do is think about Thanksgiving. Think about the people that are going to be there at Thanksgiving. Think about the reason why you are uncomfortable. Think about the Thanksgiving that you're not going to. Think about the things that trigger you. And what you'll find is there's resentment there, right? Wouldn't you say? That's the thing. And so we want to we want people to start thinking about it and identify that resentment, and we'll start talking about that next week, about how to begin to address that resentment, some steps, some practices to put into place so that maybe somebody can have a more pleasant Thanksgiving.
Right. And something that I would like to know from people is a lot of families have, like, let's say, here's the grandparents. They've got these children, 4 kids. Everybody's been divorced. Everybody's remarried. Everybody has more families to visit
They
during
do.
Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of times, a lot of the stress and resentment comes from people feeling like they're left out on the holiday.
That's right.
But we've got Wednesday night when people get off work. We've got Thursday. And don't make everybody do every meal on one day.
Oh,
you know
my
what I mean?
gosh.
We got Friday,
Yeah.
we've got Saturday, we've got Sunday.
That's right.
We've got the weekend before, we've got the weekend after. You know what I mean? If people will kind of let go of that, making such a big deal about the one day and take the opportunity that they have to enjoy
great
their
point.
family. And so that's one
Great
thing I
point.
would like to know. If somebody who has really held on to that for a long time decides that, hey, I'm going to give that up and I'm going to reschedule mine to another day to make it easier for my family in general, then I think that would be cool to share.
Absolutely. And that's what we want to get with people and put that out there to say there's lots of people like you that are in the same situation, that not you, but you out there. There's lots of people that are disrupted and for whatever reason. And I think that's a great one. Trying to have everything on that one day, and if you don't have it on that day, you're not having Thanksgiving, you're just having a big meal. You know, no, you're with the people. You're with the people that you love or the people that you were intended to be with. Just where it falls on the timelines, just a little different.
Right.
What we'd like for you to do so that we can check in is email us at the studio some thoughts. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be elaborate. And if you want to participate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with the things that I resent. Boy, you know, it's going to be a fun Thanksgiving for me, I can tell you that. But the idea is that if there's something there that's keeping me, Patrick Smith, from living my best life with the people that I love, they will be happier because I'll be happier. So what we'd like to do is do this with you. Email us at killmedia@gmail.com, or if you're on Facebook, go in. You can find Angie and I on Facebook where we're tagged on tonight's show. You know, you can go through Messenger, send us some info, or just check in at home with us next week. Find out, you know, what I resent. Angie's going to help me a little bit on moving forward with ways to deal with that resentment. We'll address some of you guys' ideas, some of your comments, some of your things that you're going with, that you're struggling with, because in the end, if one person out there can put something aside, whether it's past trauma, politics, you just disagree with your family on issues, if there's, you know, some sort of a feeling out there that has caused a wedge to be put in your life that's made you withdraw or caused bitterness, we want to try and help you. That's what
Yes.
we want to do, isn't it?
Yes.
it's what Angie's going to do, isn't it?
That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
So it's just our way of trying to reach out and connect. And like I said, resentment is real, and it comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes. And this could be a first step for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And this is coming from people who, it's not like we haven't had hurts, issues, reasons to have resentment, but that means we're good people to talk about it, I think, because we have learned and we are learning to work through that stuff and not let it hold us back, and not live there. So.
That's right. Yeah, you could stay there, and it's not a fun place.
Right.
You got to get out of it. So, you want to participate? It's free. Just there's nothing to it. We want to hear from you. We want to be a part. Go ahead and you can email us your thoughts, your issues. Now, we're not licensed therapists or anything by any stretch of the imagination, and under no circumstances do we clarify that we're not. But we just want to show you that we have gone through things. We're continuing to grow and develop and grow, and reach out. So maybe we can have more people have happy Thanksgivings.
That's right.
That's the goal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Hey, you guys, thank you, Angie. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, puppies, for coming in tonight. It was a jam-packed night. We had a lot going on. And it's going to continue to be like this, y'all. We've got something going here in Paris. A lot of people are the hustle and bustle, the interest, and we want to make sure that you guys continue to have a good day. And what we really want to do is show you and help you have a great day. So tune in next week, and thanks for tuning in tonight. And again, y'all have a good day. Whew, that was a lot.